Maybe I don't have to destroy the flash like that. But I guess I do so just in case. Oh my. Hey there, and welcome back to Act 3 of Night 6. Finally back in Crawlspace. I gotta try and remember what I have to do here. But I remember it mimics everyone. Screeching, it moves around. Left side is super quick. Right side, it needs some flashes before going to vent. There we go. Almost forgot about the flipping. That's fine. That's fine. I forgot about the I forgot that because I went through Act 1 and 2 really quickly, so I almost forgot about the fact that I had to flip back and forth. I'll have to process the dialogue later. Damn it. I was worried that the power's gonna go out, but I'm underestimating the power a bit there. I could have definitely finished them off. Alright, so about the right vent, I think I know what the game wants me to do for them. I think they want me to shut the vent on the right and then flash. Because after I flash them a couple times on the right vent, obviously I lose power, and then they send that cupcake to go through. But of course I can't do anything when the power's out. So let me seal this. Let's see if this works. Bingo, yep. Maybe I don't have to destroy the flash like that. But I guess I do so just in case. Oh my. By the time I heard the vent, it was too late. Huh, camera 8 this time just says camera offline. I barely heard it. That's the thing, I should have realized, like, when I heard the vent, I was so... he moves so quick. Shoot, it's screwed. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I realize you do not want to let the power go out. Because, obviously, I need to be able to quickly unseal the vent and be ready in case they switch over to the left side. Did I see it on time? I did. Dangerous. Oh, okay, this part I know. This one I can either choose to keep stability or sanity because someone left a comment about a riddle for this. I want to see what happens if I choose... is this about what do I sacrifice? I'm gonna sacrifice sanity. Or do I'm curious to see where that goes. Because so far, like, stability, I've seen the effects of, like, stability so far, right? With the distorting of the game. But what happens if we sacrifice our sanity? That makes me curious. I couldn't tell what was that. What was that said? I had my volume low for that last part, of course. Something's getting dragged? Wait a minute. Okay, so this is Peter. Could that be... ah, okay, so this is showing what happened after they opened the hatch. Oh, so they're still alive. 'Cause they're at least or barely, like they're looking around and everything.
Have you done the thing yet where you tell him the date and write out the days of the week?
No.
Well then, so what is he doing now?
Exactly what you see. He's just standing still. It's rare.
He hasn't stopped freaking out?
It's become more common. Let him stay calm while it lasts.
And it won't last long, will it?
It won't, but I'll do what I can.
It's been a while. I'm busy. I think I'm going to stop visiting now. Is that all right?
What are you talking about? You never had an obligation to.
I guess I just wondered what happened.
You were there. This could have ended worse. He's alive. He's not suspected anymore. People sympathize.
He was never certain of who he thought did it all?
No, he wasn't. Never listen to him. He can only live off of emotion now. If he hates himself that day, he'll tell you he did it himself.
What sort of career have you had? Have you seen something like this before?
Well, I'm not supposed to be a file cabinet, but forget it. It won't hurt anyone. You really want to know what's been on my mind? John Wright needed therapy when he was still recovering from his coma and the head injury itself. I communicated with him. I could only assume him and Fricks have never truly talked to one another, but they described similar things and used the same wording at times. They described similar withering on the animatronics they saw in their dreams. I have a character drawing for both of them too. It's simplistic, but it's similar. They're both guided by this voice of a woman who sounded like she may have been feigning emotion. Yours looks different though. In John's case, he was certain he knew who the voice was. He said it sounded just like his mom.
I don't understand.
Nobody can. Try to make peace with it.
Okay, so they were talking about John right there. And now... padded cell? Or a padded room, I guess, not really a cell. So, I don't know why exactly we're talking about John. I couldn't make out much of the dialogue there either. I don't know. I have trouble like with like if it's not like clear voices, it's hard for me to make sense of it. But achievement, he won, and here it comes. Well, there we go. I mean, we have to still see what the other ending is like, right? So this is the what would even be you're making a choice on what to sacrifice and what to keep. So would we call this the sanity ending? I guess I could check the Game Jolt achievements to see what this is classified as, but so far that's great. We actually got to the end now properly. I don't have much thoughts on the story as of now because a lot of it is through the Crawlspace portions, which I have to kind of go through. I'm kind of, because of the fact that I think that's probably going to be an important part to like cover, I think I'm going to like set some time to pretty much go through that and kind of like, I guess just like throughout the video, I'll try and like talk about it. Like I think because I'm going to cover extras as well in this video. So I'll probably cover those transcripts probably like after extras or something to see like what's actually going on during those Crawlspace portions, because that was probably like my only main frustration. Now understandably it doesn't make too much sense to have subtitles because obviously similar to how there were subtitles for the Night 6 Act 3 portion, right? I can't really pay attention to subtitles if I'm busy doing gameplay stuff, which is why it's great to have recordings for this kind of stuff. But in general, great job to everyone that was a part of this, because this has been great. Gameplay-wise, it has been quite a pleasure. I never had any experience with any of the original games, so I don't know how they stack up. I mean, and these games have been, or this game has been really good so far. From a gameplay aspect, I think, honestly, it really took me by surprise. The whole flip side aspect is, frankly, like one of my more, I think that's like one of my favorite mechanics now in like a fan game, I think. It is like, sounds, you know, it is simple in concept, right? Yeah, we flip everything, but having that kind of be like, this balancing between stability and sanity, you know, flipping back and forth, having to get used to the gameplay in a flipped state is such an interesting idea. And I think in general it adds a lot to like the panic experience if you're like worried that you're in a flip state and you have to deal with animatronics. I think that is honestly probably like, it was very interesting when I was going through the games, nights and everything. And it's funny how at the beginning of the game, right, I was telling myself, or like, you know, I was saying in the video that the goal was to not deal with the mechanics in the flipped mode, right, in the flip side. That's how it was like starting to go at it. And then of course it was like, I can't really do that, no, can I, right, as we saw. Now of course if I did want to go for the other ending, I would have to play the game all over again. Also, I guess because I titled my last video like normal ending, right? Because we got the starting things, like I figured it's like the safe bet, right? Like you go for the normal ending, beat 5 nights, but if you want to go a step ahead, Night 6. We also have Prelude. Now I know Prelude is supposed to be basically that first night when you're in that basic office. Oh, it's like a whole section. Okay. Now, I do know that there is a Deep 1 section. Alright, so Deep 1, I looked into it, and that's actually a location that comes up when you go for the stability ending. So, I mean, in this case, because I sacrificed sanity, I got the bad ending, right? But stability seems to be kind of like the ending that leads up to the second game, if I understand. Or I think if I, you know, let me just quote the wiki exactly. Okay, so according to the wiki, Deep 1 is a setting referenced in the stability ending of Crawlspace and Sanity Remastered. It is a metaphysical realm created by Molten Evil, and its origins and overall purpose are currently unknown. The Deep 1 environment is seen in the stability ending based on Insanity 2, the original game, or the original second game, right? And is essentially a teaser for this game's sequel. Okay, so yeah, looking at the Game Jolt achievements, the ending that I did get is in fact the sanity ending. It's based on what you choose to sacrifice. So if you sacrifice stability, you get a look at Deep 1, whereas sacrificing sanity, you pretty much, I guess it sounds like you go insane and get put in a padded room. Okay, so from this point forward, this is all from Indie Fuel's video on the stability ending, so credit to him, link will be in the description. This is what happens if you choose to sacrifice stability. So of course it makes sense the application is like glitching out, right? Because that's what stability is kind of like focusing on in this case. The game itself around you is growing more and more unstable. And then as a result, it kind of like reboots. This recreation is at its end. Deep Zero. The clue may still be here. Last chance. Last chance to find the clue. The clue? The killer. Okay, so you play as the killer. And then who's that behind you? Security guard. So I guess the idea is to not let him catch you. As you run through. Oh wait, but that has to be Fritz, right? Yeah, that's Fritz. I recognize the sprite. At least I'm very sure that's Fritz's sprite from earlier. So Fritz goes on to chase the killer. I guess this is kind of like, is this supposed to be how he ends up in the Crawlspace section? Based on the layout, if I remember, the Crawlspace portion had to be, would it be? I don't know. It's hard to really match it based off other layouts I've seen. But I'm guessing this is gonna show how he ended up in the Crawlspace. Here's the thing. I have to honestly figure out what exactly is the context of this entire game. Is this all taking place while he's in that Crawlspace? I have to assume it is, right? Because obviously, depending on what happens at the end of night 6, right? If, for example, my ending, I went for the sanity ending, and they find his body and drag it out, right? And then obviously he ends up, I guess, in a mental institution because he went insane. So I assume that this is happening all in the Crawlspace, especially because it would make sense for the name of the game. No matter how much you try to prevent things like this from happening. Again, if you guys have more insight as to like what exactly is happening in this game, they still do. I got away. If you have more insight as to like what exactly is like the context of this game that I might be missing, feel free to let me know. And you're left to rot. They suspect you. So I think this is all, yeah, so he's talking about Fritz. And all you wanted to do was save them. So then he goes through like some sort of safe room, or is that that might even be like an actual safe room. Maybe it's him leaving the game.
For me.
Oh.
Sometimes it makes me scared. Sometimes I want to chase thrills and desires. I am only human. I'm contributing to something I'm not aware of. I'm not special for being drawn to bloodshed and carnage. I'm still holding on to this world. And the person I think I care about. You, however, are about to leave this world and enter a new one. There is still a remnant of the real world here that I really want you to see. I think you'd like to see it too. Just follow me into the parts and services room.
What are you? What? Well, I can't tell what that last word says. So Fritz finds him in the parts and service room, falls into the crawl space. But then how do you end up in the suit? Did he have the suit down there ready to catch him? See, because it's one of two. That's the thing. I'm trying to figure out. I am ecstatic to say that your body is now dead, but in your nightmare, your mind managed to survive, and your mind will forever retain the secret that you fought so desperately to find. Right, the fact that Garvey was the killer. This was not the real deep, because the layers of the deep don't just exist in your mind. They exist in all of our minds. The layers are seemingly infinite, if not a little pointless. And I want to know, how far down do you want to go with me? So, I guess deep one, we're heading deeper through the layers, I guess. There's still much to fear, I'm sure. More entertaining and fascinating emotions for you to experience. And if you are like me, the pain will become euphoric, with the knowledge that you will exist forever. If that's not enough for you, I hope I can reassure you that I'm certain the real Peter, the real Garvey, will come to join you one day. So I'm guessing this has to be Molten Evil then. If this is all about, if this is a realm that was created by Molten Evil, right? Deep One, then that has to be her talking. Because again, we know that she's been trying to get her hands on us throughout the first game, right? As the voice was insinuating, right? But they saved us from her. Again, there's a lot about the story that I don't quite get. That I still have to figure out. Again, I'm gonna like look through the wiki, try and like make some notes on it, since I do want to eventually make a story breakdown on this. I just don't know. Because it's like, now the more I think about it, it's like, do I want to try and focus on the trilogy or do individual games? I'm usually tempted to like put everything together, because I think, for one, it just makes it's more satisfying whenever I have an opportunity to do story breakdowns on like a collection of games to like fill out this complete timeline. For me, that's more satisfying like to watch, and I imagine as like a viewer, like being able to see, like, for example, the whole Jolly timeline example, right? Like that, because that's what I did with Jolly, right? Jolly 1 through 3, yeah, I made a story breakdown on that, and it's just I figured it'd be a lot more satisfying to have that whole timeline there rather than just parts. Even though I am aware that we probably won't be seeing Even-Handed for a while, and even more so the third game we won't be seeing for even longer. But I don't know, I'm tempted to hold out for the trilogy, at the very least, assuming it all does come to fruition, you know, hoping. But yeah, I don't know, again, I think that's what I'm gonna go for still. I don't know, because I don't know, so far, at least from what I've seen in the past, there's been a lot of I guess support for those full like timelines across multiple games. But yeah, in general, this makes me excited for the second game even more so now that we get a little teaser as to what we might expect. All I really need to do now is understand like more properly what is going on within the context of Deep Zero, right? So of course we have to start off with the Deep Zero characters, or maybe I should start with the prelude. Let's start with the prelude, since this is how the game was initially introduced to us, I suppose. Or maybe, let's see. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay, so it is showing the characters from the very first night. So of course we have Insane Freddy, Insane Bonnie, Insane Chica, Insane Foxy, Insane why do I feel like I mispronounced it for some reason? Insane Spring Bonnie, Yellow Bear, and Prelude, and then Insanity. Next we have jump scares, Insane Freddy. So they have the characters basically from the first night and then the Act 2 for Night 6. Insane Chica, Insane Foxy, Yellow Bear. I don't even remember where Yellow Bear shows up. An Insane Spring Bonnie. And that's right, we don't get any more jump scares after that. Then we have behind the scenes where we can kind of see like the, I guess, setup for where they get positioned, the modeling, old main menus. And then custom nights. So they have 2 custom nights. One for the Prelude and one for Deep Zero. I'll probably tackle this in another video. And now we go back to Deep Zero. So we have Fallen Freddy, Fallen Bonnie. Look at, I honestly, I probably like, from a design perspective, I probably like these designs more, mainly because there's so much more, I guess, I don't know if detailed is the right word, because it's down to like, it's down to the aesthetics, right? Like the aesthetics for the Prelude characters are definitely, you know, a bit different. But I think in general, like, I think Deep Zero in general, I think of more fondly, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But look at that. Fallen Freddy, Fallen Bonnie, with the little mini Bonnies, like, kind of like, almost like leeching off of it. Fallen Chica with the cupcake. Fallen Foxy. Fallen Puppet. That one, when they first saw that design, I was like, Jesus, that face. Fallen Spring Bonnie. Fallen Fredbear. And then, of course, this version of Yellow Bear. So Yellow Bear is kind of like, Yellow Bear ended up being the amalgamation, quote-unquote amalgamation, that shows up on Night 5. And then the star. So the star is literally, when they said the star, they meant it literally. I thought they were just saying like the star of the show, like, you know, that saying, but no. Because I saw that on YouTube, like, the star was used to reference Night 6, and I was wondering, like, where the hell did they get that name? And now I know where. The Cake Bear is literally referenced as the star. Next, the jump scares for Fallen Freddy. Fallen Freddy featuring Fallen Top Hat, Fallen Bonnie, the Mini Bonnies, Fallen Chica, Fallen Foxy, Fallen Puppet, Fallen Spring Bonnie, Fallen Fredbear, and Yellow Bear, along with the star. So the star is pretty much always like, kind of like, the star pretty much followed you everywhere then, because the star was there in Act 1. I'm pretty sure they're the ones that opened the crawl space. They then follow you into Act 2, and then follow you into Act 3. So they are persistent throughout the entire night, which is why they call it this, like, that's why that term is used for that night. Next we have Minigame Select. Prologue, a nice conversation you had with your boss shortly before you met your fate. Do you remember that one guy is always late? So yeah, so this is the night before we die. So, yeah, no, that convinces me that the way how the events go is that... So, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, like, for the context of the game, what is happening is, prologue, Fritz goes and finds Garvey, chases him down, and follows him into the parts and service room. Morbid discovery. You weren't supposed to see this. Luckily, you didn't get to for long. And then that's when we go missing. Everyone's wondering, like, huh, interesting, you know, those missing children, you know, they recently disappeared, and now all of a sudden Fritz disappeared. He's the most likely suspect. They go, you know, talking to everyone. The lieutenant has to ask around when he could just talk to you, because you certainly know who did it. Then material witness, a conversation between the man who put you here and one of your other co-workers. Oh, if you could just be there. It's kind of like taunting me, right? Because they were saying, like, because Garvey got away with it, right? And we're, like, stuck being aware that, yeah, we knew about his secret and we failed to, you know, bring it to light. Then Cake Bear's last performance. We did get this. The first. His name was Tom. They couldn't cover this one up. So Tom had to have been the one that died in the dumpster, right? This guy found Tom out in the dumpster. And this is what got Cake Bear shut down. Then we have Corporate Ladder. Trevor talks to Peter and makes some innocent small talk with others. Wouldn't you do anything to go back? I don't think I played this minigame. Let's go through it. I did not. Okay, so we actually get to experience it for ourselves. Go to Peter's office as Trevor. So this is a character I'm not familiar with for the most part. Let's see, we can talk to Jeremy here. Or actually, here we go. Hey Jeremy, see anyone suspicious lately? I mean today? Nah, sorry Trevor, 1 second. Hey, you guys gotta get out of there. It's not safe. Jeremy? Why are you yelling at? It's those kids. They keep crawling into vents. I'm guessing that's Fritz. I usually had Fritz deal with stuff like this. He had a way of getting kids to listen to him. Which makes him even more suspicious now. Great. That's just kids being kids, Jeremy. Don't worry about them. Just make sure to get them out and clean those vents before your shift ends. So Trevor's kind of like a, I guess like a shift supervisor maybe. Or like just like the, I guess, you know, he's like the second guy below Peter. But yeah, I guess, at least I assume, but actually no, that doesn't make sense though. Because the Crawlspace is in parts and service. He's not hearing Fritz all the way in parts and service. So maybe there are actually kids playing around the vents. You know, somehow it didn't occur to me until now that this is the FNAF 2 location. I don't know, that didn't, like, the only thing that made it click for me was that I remembered the layout from Frick Bears. Okay, so let's see, Kyle and Colin. You're not listening to me. She's gone. She's been taken and I need to find her. Listen, kid, if you want to stick it to the man, you shouldn't be talking to me about it. Please, just take one more look at the photo. Alright, kid, I'll take another look. I'm sorry, kid. It doesn't matter how much I stare at that thing, my answer hasn't changed. Look, son. I understand how hard it is to lose family. Natalie isn't lost! I thought he was gonna start crying, like run off. Hey! Okay, that's it, kid. I'm escorting you out. Wait, what did he even do exactly? I don't know what he was trying to do there. Don't bother. I'm out of here. Okay. So, definitely one of the missing kids. Natalie. Colin, you alright? I'm not some fucking fairy boy, Langley. I'm not worried about some street kid. You don't pay me enough for this. Oh great, everyone's upset. You can't really go in here, right? No. So that's where the crawl space is. Let's see. I guess we'll see who else we could talk to. Who are these two? John and Garvey. Hey, nice shades, Garvey. Trying to copy Fritz's style? Yeah, figure it would lighten the things up a little, I guess. Plus, the kids really missed Fritz. He was their favorite after all. Yeah, guy had a way with kids. Yeah, he did. So, John, how's school life been treating you? It's alright. I don't really like to talk about school after I leave. Righto, gotta leave the business at the door. I respect that. Yeah. Anyways, I'll see you later, Trevor. Peter has me pulling a double shift tonight, so I've gotta leave early. Alright, that's no problem. Good to see you, John, and good luck tonight. So they go, let's see if there's anyone else we can talk to. I will say, I am glad, I'm assuming this is a death minigame, I'm glad they let you actually play them. Like, not having to, I guess, I'm glad they don't make it so that you have to get it as a death minigame, because obviously that's RNG, and it kind of sucked, I guess, if I was, like, not able to see it. Next we have Copeland. Not in the mood, pal. I should be out there making a difference. instead of standing here all day babysitting your so-called security team. So this is the guy that I was saying was like the detective that was alongside that police officer? Right. Don't you usually have someone else with you? That's what I'm saying, the police officer. Swartz? He's out getting coffee with Retchford. They'll be back soon. Not that it's any of your business. Alright, a bit abrasive, aren't we? Alright, so I walked all throughout here. I haven't really seen anything. Haven't been able to interact with anything either, except for that door where John and Garvey are sitting. Mangle. You know, interestingly enough, Mangle never really showed up in this game, which is a bit interesting. Like, they didn't end up being one of the, I guess, fallen. Also, oh, that reminds me. Hold on. We'll cover it after. I completely forgot. I missed a set of characters. First, let's go here. Oh, Peter. Are you sure he's missing? You already told me that. All I'm saying is that he does have a history of mental health problems. Oh, great. So the sanity ending, I really leaned into that, huh? I'm not implying anything. All I said was... Mrs. Smith, hello? God damn it. Alright, so that's why they're kind of looking for him. What do you want? It's not my fault that Fritz decided to go play in the sand with his imaginary friends somewhere. Oh, goddamn. Just... damn it, man. I can't keep dealing with this shit. I just can't. Pete. What do you want, Trevor? I'm dealing with the fallout of a quintuple homicide here. You told me to come here at 4. Oh, right. Look, I can come back later if... No, Trev, I'm sorry. It's just... I'm going through a lot right now. It's okay, man. I understand how hard this has been on you. No, it's not okay. I can't keep lashing out at people like this, especially my employees. And my family. It'll be alright, Pete. John's a tough kid. Thanks, Trevor. I mean it. Yeah, no problem, man. Listen, I know this isn't really on topic, but we have to talk about some concerns for the employees have been having. Yeah, I know what you're going to say. What happened with Mr. Jimenez? That won't happen again. The cops are making sure of it. Interesting. No. Oh, Mr. Jimenez might be the father, the father that, started attacking Peter. No, not that. No, not that. Although, I'll pass that along. It's just, the employees have been complaining about the animatronics acting hostile. Hostile? What's that supposed to mean? They're kid-friendly pieces of plastic. How can they be threatening, let alone hostile? Well... Wait, really, Trevor? Are you talking about the shit that Jeremy and Kane keep spewing around about the robots acting totally freaky? Trevor, Jeremy alone is a very questionable witness, and Kane is always complaining about something. Peter, I think they have a point. Things feel tense enough out there with the cops patrolling our floors, and having these things just stare. It's just... I don't know, Pete. Something's just not right about it. Alright. I'll check them out tomorrow. It's probably just a bug in their optics or some stiff joints. Nothing that Alex hasn't had me take care of before. Oh, Father. Thanks, Pete. We would appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. And thanks again for the talk. I'm sure the investigation will sort itself out soon. Okay, so we're getting a bit more of an idea with the fallout of everything. Now, I did forget that I didn't notice the category of characters. Or, well, I did notice it earlier. I forgot to address it after I went back through the extras. But we have the falls, but the angels. Angel Freddy. When do we don't see these at all, right? This is supposed to... Like, what? What the hell? Fall from grace. Well, I will say there are some very disturbing designs. It's like, you know what it is? They're like they're the toys. Right? Like, that's what they're designed after, but oddly enough, I just realized there is no mention of toy animatronics in this universe except for Mangle. I wonder what the angels are all about. I gotta look into that as well. There is no character thing for the Prelude, right? No. And of course, now I can go back here. So let's see. After corporate ladder, give gifts, give life. He gave them life, but his inexperience left them like this. So the puppet gave the kids life, but obviously you can't really assume something that's gonna go perfect. I mean, wait a minute. That made me think. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Handing out presents. I was about to say, like, where did that come from? So we tried giving presents, and now we're putting the masks. The fact that there's a small child right there on the right, like a very small child, honestly makes me uncomfortable. Oh! It's Havoc Puppet! I know this isn't connected to the Remastered Remastered, but I can't ignore the bloody design choice here. So Havoc Puppet meets the... I think they were referred to as the box in the Remastered Remastered. Which is pretty much an amalgamation of the 5 kids. Okay, see, that, like, something like that, at the very least I can make a connection to, because I've seen it before. So, yeah, Giving Life didn't really turn out that well. So, let's see, how many more do we have? We have See No Evil, Loose Ends, we have 2 more. Okay, so See No Evil. People can look murder in the eyes, and the pure evil already within allows them to look past it. Okay, so, this is... I'm guessing it's gonna be like, so this is when they're gonna start interrogating employees. Check on the toy animatronics. So this is right after, Trevor's, you know, addressing the complaints. So, okay, so no, the toy animatronics definitely do exist still in this universe. I guess that's what became of the angels, really. Okay, so we look at the toys. So why do the angels, like, I guess, like, so the fallen are the withered, you know, like, if, to draw the comparison, the fallen are the withered animatronics, basically, like, in terms of design, that's what they're based on, whereas the angels are the toy animatronics. Also, I'm supposed to talk to Jeremy, but I can't go down there. So would I go in parts and service? No, I guess I have to go further down, maybe towards Mangle. Alright, so let's see. Is Jeremy down here? Indeed he is. Jeremy, everything okay? Yeah, I guess. Wasn't Anthony supposed to be watching this thing today? He's on cleaning duty after Colin stormed out yesterday. Man, Peter, this thing gives me the willies. Why don't we just put it in the back with the others? After all the money I had to spend on it, the last thing I need is our investors on my ass about it. I'm in enough trouble with them as is. The eyes on the main 3 are acting up majorly, so I'm gonna go see what I can do about that. Just make sure nobody gets hurt, alright? Got it, boss. Get parts from Parts and Services. So we have Trevor and Kane. All I'm saying is that Colin knew something that we don't know about. He was yelling, acting erratically, and paranoid. Not to mention, he also has a criminal record. Don't you have one too? Listen, I don't know what to tell you, man. We're definitely telling the cops about this, though. End of story. I know the guy was a dick, but I just don't think it was him. You don't think it was him? The guy stole a couple $100 before he skipped town. Of course it was him. Shit, man, maybe you're right. I guess I figured he'd kill a politician or something. Not kids, you know? Well, regardless, this could be good for us. You have a very weird definition of good, dude. Just think about it. If Colin was the killer and he's gone, then the cops will leave too. I guess. Either way, we have other priorities right now. I need to grab some parts from the old animatronics in the back. I could use some help from you two. Which also explains why the fall are missing their eyes. I think they are all missing their eyes, right? Follow me. Okay, someone better turn on the lights in here. No? Okay, fine, don't. Jesus, Peter, what is that smell? Yeah, Pete, what is that? It's probably just rust and leaky waste, water pipes or something. Most of the plumbing runs under here. Kane, aren't you supposed to be checking this stuff daily? I have a lot on my plate, man. Plus, water waste or wastewater doesn't smell like bleach and rotten pennies, so what's wrong with this room isn't on me, okay? Whatever, stop complaining and focus on the task at hand. Okay, Trevor's about to turn on the light. Trevor, you find that light switch yet? 1 second. Alright, found it. So, what are we looking for? Ocular motors. We'll need at least 6 of them. And those are found in... Ocular. It means eyes, Trevor. Just check the heads. Seriously, Trevor? What? I'm not an engineer. How would I know? Guys, focus. Sooner we finish up here, the sooner we can leave. That's soon enough. Okay, so they investigate the suits, they get the ocular motors, the eyes. Jesus, these things give me the creeps. I don't know why you guys... Guys? What is it, Kane? Kinda busy here. I think there's blood on this one. Wait, is that... Oh god. Peter! Peter, what the fuck? That's a fucking body! There's a goddamn body in this thing! What the... Fuck, man, fuck. What the fuck, Peter? Why the fuck is there a body in this thing? Guys? Guys! There's a fucking body in this suit over here. Up here. Damn it, I can't read. And trying to like keep up with the subtitles. I'm like, that's why I'm like pacing myself weirdly. So yeah, they all have blood. Oh shit, man. Are these the missing kids? I'm gonna be sick. Peter, what are we gonna do? I don't... Just give me a fucking minute, man. I need to think. Think? What the fuck is there to think about? That psycho fuck Fritz massacred all these people, and you want a minute to think? We don't know that. It could have been Colin. Why? Who fucking cares who it was? We have to call the cops. We can't do that. What the hell are you talking about, Peter? Are you daft? Would you shut up and think about this for a minute? If we tell the cops about this, our lives, our careers are over. If the public found out about this, then we are screwed. We? There is no we, Peter. This is your company, your business. There is no fucking we. Kane, really? Do you really think that you'll be able to walk away from this? You are just as involved in this as I am. You were supposed to make sure all of the rooms were up to code. You were supposed to do maintenance checks on every single room routinely. Do you honestly think that anyone will hire you after the media throws you to the fire for not doing your job? Are you threatening me? Nobody is threatening anyone. He's just being honest with you, Kane. Think about this. What the hell are we gonna do? Peter? I can make this work. I know a guy. You know a guy? What? Jesus Christ, Trevor, what the fuck, man? Who's the guy? An old business associate. Someone Oh, someone Brandon and I used to work with. And he could help make this go away? Yeah, I think so. But once we do this, Pete, there's no going back. Are you sure you want to do this? I don't have a choice. Trevor, make the call. Kane? Just speechless. Nobody can know about this. Nobody. Fuck, man. I don't think I can do this. You don't have to. All you have to do is walk away and keep your mouth shut. If you can do that, then there'll be something in it for you. I want my tuition paid in full and my name out of this. Consider it done. As long as you make sure that Anthony and Jeremy don't find out about this. Fine. Remember, Kane, you saw nothing, heard nothing, and know nothing. So that's why the kids remained missing. I guess, right? I mean, they're presumed to be dead, but they never really confirmed it, I don't think. I guess now I see why they say see no evil. Literally, they just ignored all of it. And I already know I already knew when he told Jeremy, like, make sure Jeremy, make sure no one gets hurt. I already knew, like, yeah, Jeremy's screwed. The infamous bite. Jeremy's frontal lobe takes a bite, just like John. Oh, so they kind of, like, I guess, tease how John dies. I didn't think he would die in a similar fashion, though. Or wait, John takes a bite. That's what it means. John takes a bite. Takes a bite out of what? What does that even mean? I don't know. I had a feeling this wasn't gonna last long, but yeah, I mean, Jeremy had no chance. I was about to say, there's no way I can move, right? No shot, he's actually crawling. What the hell? I mean, Jeremy's not making it out of the room. Oh, and he's dead. And he possesses the mangle? Did I get that right? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. No. Sorry, no. The mangle was already possessed because of, what's it called? The little kid is possessing the mangle, right? Alright, now that we're finally done with the minigame select part, we have behind the scenes for, I believe this is the Crawlspace, the design for Fallen Spring Bonnie, as they get more deteriorated, Fallen Foxy, Freddy, some of the camera shots, the extreme lighting, actually getting to see them, kind of like the development aspect. And then here, nothing, the design for Freddy, right? Bonnie, Chica, Freddy again, full design. Actually, wait, is that Freddy back in 2017 now that I think about it? Because they have 2017? Huh. And then finally here we have, yeah, the Cake Bear. So yeah, okay, looking at the claws, it definitely, that was the thing that opened up the crawl space. I just wanted to make sure. And then, yeah, Price Corner, some of the camera rooms, like, I guess, design layouts. More of the camera shots. Models. And that pretty much covers it for behind the scenes. And of course, we have this. The Mind Electric. And they recently added a flip vertical option. Do you understand? Like, I could have. Hold. Let me just see how this looks like. Okay. So we have this. What? This is This is actually horrible. What? Oh, nah, this is hurting my eyes. Nah, okay, I'm never doing this. I will not do that. That is wild. If anyone actually beat max difficulty with a flip vertical option, props to you, because that is insane. That's not, like, flip horizontally is nowhere near as heinous as flip vertically. However, extras did take me longer to do, so here's what we're gonna do. Next time, custom night. That's pretty much the main focus. After custom night, I'll go through the transcripts for the Crawlspace portion of the game and then give my thoughts, and we'll conclude it there. But of course, with all that said, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, hit that notification bell to keep up to date on future videos. And with that said, I'll see you in another video. Game in the description below as always. Take care.